Well, our boarding pass is issued. Tomorrow morning early, we'll be headed back for Texas, which always makes me happy. This week, we have dealt with some pretty important business. The continuation of the operation of the government until another date of December the 11th of this year, at which time we'll hopefully finish up the appropriations process and do it by regular order. We passed a CR, a continuing resolution, which continues spending at the current levels until December the 11th. So that's a very short period of time. But it's very important because otherwise, with the end of the year coming at the end of this month, we would not have funds, mainly for, as far as our district is concerned, for making sure that our warriors at Fort Hood get their paychecks. And I don't think there's anything more important than making sure that happens. So we've passed a continuing resolution. Now let's talk about something that's really more important that we need to think about. A lot of the American people don't realize, they still haven't gotten the concept of the fact that our Army, our military, is a professional military organization. It's an all-volunteer military. That means that everybody that serves volunteer. There's nobody being drafted against their will to go into the service. Everybody chose the profession of being a soldier, a sailor, an airman, a Marine. And so it's a different concept to a lot of people in America who grew up in a world of the draft army. This is not the draft army. These are the people that have chosen the profession of being soldiers. And I'll talk about soldiers because our district is a big Army district. The sad thing is we have this process called sequester. It's across-the-board cuts of every program. And as a result of that, we are doing what we call hollowing out our military. We're taking it down to levels that quite honestly will not be able to respond to the crises that are going on in the country. And for that reason, this is a tragic event, and we've got to stop this sequester. If we don't, we're not going to have an effective fighting force to defend our country. At a time when the Ukraine has been invaded, the ISIL army is running rampant over Iraq and Syria, that we still have an unstable leader in North Korea who could at any point in time cause the Korean Peninsula to explode back into war, and all of the other hot spots in the world that we at least have to be able to participate in. Now is not the time for us to be cutting and slashing our military at every level. And quite honestly, if we go down to 420,000 members of the Army, we are below what is an effective fighting force for this country. Because at any given time, only half of the soldiers are trained up for war. And that's, at this particular time, it's even less than that. And so we cut down to 420, that really gives us about 3 fighting brigades that would be able to get into a fight anywhere. And that wouldn't be an effective fighting force at any level. This is serious. It's time for us to cry out to the American people, do you realize what we're doing, what's going on with our military? And we hope we will hear back from the American people resoundingly, good Lord, keep us safe. Don't give up the people who have been willing to give blood, sweat, and tears for the last 12 years to defend freedom. And now we literally give them pink slips and fire them from a job they chose as their profession. But that's what's happening right now. I don't think there's anything more serious to the average American than the fact that if this government has any purpose, its purpose is defend the American citizens from harm, foreign and domestic. It's the oath we all take. And our military takes it too. And they've done their job. We should keep them in the profession they choose to be in, and keep our Army at a level that is an effective fighting force. Keep our Air Force flying first the best generation of planes they can put in the air. Keep our Navy with ships. Right now we're talking about reducing our Navy, and we'll be short about 100 ships. Put those ships back out there defending our seaways. And make sure our Marine Strike Force is effective. So I ask everybody in our district to both pray for and speak out in favor of getting rid of sequester as it pertains to our United States military, because for the future of our country may depend on it. These are troubling times. We are Americans. We will overcome them. But let's hear from the folks back home. Let us know how you feel about keeping our military force the most effective in the world. So that's my message as I head home today. I'll see most of you as I'm around my district until election time. And I hope we'll be able to talk about these issues and other things. I'm headed home early tomorrow morning and hopefully won't be back until after elections. So we're headed out. Good talking to you.